Hello fam, peace and love. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you for being here. My name is Jasmine Robbins. If you didn't know, I think of myself as a whistleblower for the Black community. One thing that I don't appreciate is there being a lack of information about, or a lack of education on the lives that we lead as African Americans in the United States. I'm talking soul food, I'm talking about a perpetuated, extremely unhealthy culture, I'm talking about mental health, I'm talking about it all. And personally being affected by a lot of it, I've decided to make a change. I've decided to become a pillar and share information and make a difference. And if you want to be a part of that, please hit that subscribe button. If you want to comment down below and tell me some things that you may want me to change or talk about specifically, comment down below and make sure you like this video, watch it to the end. Today I want to show you how to make some Seamoss gel. So, I'm actually pretty bad at this sometimes, and that is documenting my processes. I'm also documenting my skin journey, because I have really bad skin monthly. I have really bad hormonal breakouts due to my menstrual, and I get really bad acne scarring. I don't have nearly as much as I used to as far as like breakouts go, but it's still a struggle. It's still something that I'm not happy with, and so I'm very thankful that every month, yes, I do go through this thing. Yes, my skin looks terrible after the fact, but the fact that I'm able to fix it and reverse it, highly thankful. So today we're going to be making Seamoss gel, and one thing that I want to do is show you how it looks. Obviously, I just took this out of my bag of Seamoss. Wow. If you've ever smelled Seamoss, you know the smell. To me, I don't know why, but have you ever, side note, have you ever smelled something and it kind of made you like remember like a memory from a smell, or I'm not sure how to describe it, but like if you smell something, it kind of brings you to a moment in time that you've experienced before. Well, that's kind of just what happened to me. That's why I was like, wow. So I have my Seamoss here. Obviously I have it in my little sieve, my strainer, my drainer, however you call these. And so I'm going to put it in the sink. I'm going to rinse it off. I actually have already soaked my Seamoss, but I want to show you the process. This is my Seamoss, and I know that water looks dirty, but I put a lemon, I put lime in there. I'm also going to be adding, and then when I make the gel, I don't add this in the soaking process, but I grow my own aloe, and it always kind of makes me sad. It always kind of makes me sad when I have to take a leaf, because I feel like this is kind of like my child. But I grow my own aloe, and something that I do like to put in my Seamoss gel is aloe. And the only reason I'm putting it in this, and you can consume aloe, but I really like to use this on my face. And I guess maybe at the end of this video I can take off some of my makeup and show you how I'm in the process of getting rid of some of these acne scarrings using my Seamoss. And it genuinely works, and I'm just thankful. But yeah, so I have all of my stuff right here, but this is the Seamoss that I've soaked. This has been soaking for a day and a half now. And so through the soaking process, I will rinse and wash it, just like put it in this and kind of just run water over it, move it around, make sure it gets all clean and nice and beautiful and just amazing for me. And so I do the initial wash and I let it soak until it starts to kind of expand. Like if you can see the difference, and I'm so glad that I actually forgot, because I feel like it's really good to be able to show you like a comparison where you can see how this has grown a bit. Not too much, because this was a huge chunk, like this is a really small chunk, but it has soaked up some of that water. Then you can see like this is still dried. So I do the initial wash. Once it starts to soak up a little bit of water, which after about like 8 hours, I'll wash it again. And then as more time goes, I'll wash it again. So I feel like I'm just gonna keep it real, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, most of the time I only wash it like twice when I'm really trying the hardest, and I'm like, I want some Seamoss gel, and I'm making it great because I do all kinds of stuff with Seamoss gel, and I might have to show you guys some videos. I'm putting aloe in this one, but sometimes I've added like coconut water to soak, and you know, just different things to, you know, switch it up sometimes, because this is a part of my life, and you know, you don't want things to get like monotonous and just be kind of boring. But it also, like, sometimes adding a little bit of flavor, adding some fruit, adding some things, because I feel like it has like a applesauce texture, which I'm a fan of. But I'm gonna get to the point, and I'm gonna start rinsing this. All right, so now I've moved my Seamoss from my counter to my sink, and I'm just gonna show you how I wash it. And when I say wash it, I don't mean like add soap. I'm just talking about water, rinsing it really well, because after all, this came from the ocean. It has, and this is just it, this is cool, cold water. And I'm just rubbing it really well, and I'll probably do this for about 10 minutes. Obviously, you guys don't have to watch me do this for about 10 minutes. I'm just gonna show just a little bit of how I do this, and I just keep going, try to get in between the little, what I call tentacles, and really make sure there's no dirt and grime, extra nothing, because sometimes with this being, it's kind of like if you were to get a vegetable out of the dirt, you kind of want to rinse all the dirt off, basically. Hello fam, we're back. So now I have a little bit of a lime here, and I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna move it to my bowl, and I'm just gonna switch these out. And I'm just gonna put my bowl in here, and I'm gonna add my my lime juice first. I actually ran out of lemon this morning. Gotta have that lemon water. So I'm adding my lime juice, and I'm gonna do about 3, maybe 2.5, 3 limes. And something that I like to do when I first get these out is I just leave it in there. There's a little bit more that could soak in the water with the Seamoss for the first like 8 hours. And the first like time that I rinse and replace the water, I do actually put new water in there. So I just move that around in the lime juice. And this is a pretty big lime actually, so I might not need another one. And I'm just gonna squeeze. And I do understand, yes I do, I understand that everyone has different ways of doing things. This is just mine, so I just want to show you my way. And it's definitely not a my way or the highway type of thing. I've seen so many people have so many different methods for making Seamoss gel, and none of them are wrong. Whatever works for you, works for you. And I'm just gonna leave that in there. Add some water. And I usually put these in a much bigger bowl. Yeah. And that soapiness, that's just the lime juice. So, as you can see, I have the water in here. So I just used 2 limes. But, the lime juice is in here as well, which is why the water looks kind of cloudy. And I'll leave this soaking for about 8 hours before I change the water, because there's still maybe some dirt and grime. Obviously, it was, do you see this? Like already, I'm seeing stuff. So you can't just leave this water, because there are gonna be some things that come off of the Seamoss, since it's kind of like rinsing vegetables that you pick from a garden. They have to be cleaned. So, and I just go through and look for any extra things, like I just showed you, that like slimy grime that I just wiped off. And so after 8 hours, I'll change the water again because it's soaked really well. And sometimes most of the time I usually add lemon and lime because it really gets that. I mean, if you don't know, Seamoss has a oceany taste because it came from the ocean. And so it kind of gets that taste out of there. Just a little bit. It's still gonna have a little bit of the taste. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, and I don't want you to be alarmed, but it's something that you can get used to. I was gonna say it's an acquired taste, but you can acquire any taste if something is so good for you, and that's kind of what I've done. So, as you may be able to see, I am just about ready to blend, and I know I just worked out not too long ago, so I'm still in workout apparel. But so fast forward, I already mentioned that I had already soaked the Seamoss. So this is the same day. I showed you how to get that one started. I rinsed this one twice, and it's been a day and a half that it's been soaking. So what I'm going to do is add this to my handy dandy food processor, which I absolutely love. I'm going to use this water that it's been soaking in because I changed it twice. So it's clean water. It already has some a lot of lime juice in it that I put, which I like a lot, so that the taste is not that intense. And I'm just gonna pour just until, and I'm gonna like spread this out because I like it a little thicker so that I can mix fruit and things with it. And I'm just gonna add a little bit of water. The amount of water that you add is totally up to you. This has already soaked up a lot of water, so even just blending it without adding water it's gonna be gel. Make sure I don't have too much water. Oh, something to remember, fam, is that you can always add more water, but you can't take any out. So that's why you just saw me pour some out into the sink. I'm going to take a piece of my aloe, which really hurts my feelings that I have to do this. And it's not something that I have to do, but I would prefer my aloe in here. It's just that when you, I don't know, for me anyways, growing my own plants, I create like this attachment to them. And so doing this just now really I'm like, this is my child. That's how I feel. So I just cut my aloe leaf. Tell me that doesn't look amazing. Jazz has a green thumb. Like, no. It's just sad though, just a little bit. So I'm just gonna take a spoon, and I have like this plastic spoon I put right here just for this. And as you can see, I'm not trying to let any of this go to waste, which is why I opened it above the processor so that the excess aloe that's gonna fall went straight into that. And I'm just gonna grab one end, scrape it for this gel, which can sometimes be a little messy. Wow. Got a little piece right there. And I don't think I have to tell you guys the benefits of aloe. Amazing. Especially, so I like to use aloe on my skin. Now, I like to use aloe on my skin because I have really, really dry skin. Like, you wouldn't even believe it if you saw it. Like, sometimes I wake up and my skin is literally like flaking off my face. And I know that's like TMI, that sounds nasty, but I just keep it real with you guys. I always like you to understand where I'm coming from or why I'm saying something. And that's just one of those reasons. Now I have the other side, but you know, aloe is so slimy, like you have to in between just Oops. This is always like kind of heartbreaking for me, losing like a little aloe leaf, which I have several aloe plants that I've grown. See, that one came out very nice. See, you can't even hold it. But I have several aloe plants. I just feel like I put my love into them, and to me, it's like Like, I don't want to feel like a user. Like, I grew you so I could use you. Like, I don't know why I think like that, but like I have like a slight guilt, it seems. And then we're gonna blend. I added a little bit of water, and there's a lot of lime in that water, so it's good. I added a little bit of my aloe. I didn't want to add too much because I don't need too much. I use aloe a lot. Actually, so I was before I was making the Seamoss gel, I was making my homemade face mask, which I might have to show you guys how to make one day. I wait till there's more people here on my channel before I share like some of my top trade secrets, because just I need to know, like, you guys are here, you're in here like for Jazz, not just for my secret that's gonna like literally change the game for your skin. So I mean, I do have a lot of skin problems, but you should have seen my skin before. And I don't wear foundation. Yes, I have some concealer on like those 4 spots, but that's it. This is my skin. So, wearing my lid. I'm just gonna put this on here, and I'm not gonna blend this in case you're wearing headphones. Like, I don't wanna blend this in your ear or just in general, so I will be back. Hey fam, I'm back. So, food processor, my mini attachment that goes in the big attachment was giving me such a hard time. I ended up just using my magic bullet, which did so much better. So, I just want to go like this. Obviously, it's not like a grainy, you know, I've seen Seamoss gel where it's kind of grainy, like, okay. Before I could get my attachment in there, do you see how it's kind of like, looks like grainy? And I just want to show you. It's very thick. I didn't add much water, but it's a whole gel-like substance, which I actually love this. I just put that in my hand because this is specifically for my skin, this gel is. But like, even if you look at the lid, it's like a slime that moves very slow because it's so thick. That's what I was saying, like, you can add as much water as you want, and I added more water. I added about 2 cups of water to get it like that so that the consistency is still, but I really go a little bit at a time because obviously, like, Seamoss comes in like these chunks, and I don't measure mine anyways. I should. I measure all of my other food, but it comes in chunks, so like one time a chunk could look this way, but then like it will look big, but it doesn't really grow much, which happens a lot. And I'll be like, okay, well, I'm gonna add 2 cups of water, and that ends up being too much. Where I like this thicker consistency, I just personally do. Look at how nice this is, though. Look at that. Who makes Seamoss gel like that? Jazz does. So that's how I make my Seamoss gel. I absolutely love it. Yes, I've been in and out of this water. My hands are so dry now. But that's how I make my Seamoss gel. So let's do a recap real quick. Let's do a recap. I wash my Seamoss, and then I add lime to my Seamoss. I kind of get the lime all over the Seamoss, and then I add water, and I let that soak, and a lot of water. I add, I mean, that little bit in that big bowl with all that water, it's a lot of water, but it's gonna soak a lot of it up too, so you wanna add that water. So I add the Seamoss, I wash the Seamoss, I put the Seamoss in my bowl after I've washed it, and I do that for about 10 minutes trying to get all the dirt and stuff off, and then I add my lime. I added 2 lime today. Sometimes I add 1 lime, 1 lemon. Sometimes I add 3 limes. Like, it just depends on how I'm feeling. And you can add other things too. Obviously today you guys saw that I added a piece of my baby to my Seamoss, my aloe plant. But you can add things to it too. Add fruit to spice it up with some flavor. If you're eating your tablespoon a day, there's so many things that you can do. So then after we put the lime in there, we've added the water. Once I add the water, I go through again. I'm looking for dirt and grime that's sitting in between the tentacles on the Seamoss, and I'm trying to clean that out. And then after 8 hours, dump that water, add new water, add new lime, and let it soak some more. Then another 8 hours. So it could be like, what works best for me is like in the morning, do this, halfway through the day, dump the water, add more water and lime. And then before you go to bed, dump the water, add more water and lime. And then when you wake up in the morning, check on it, see how it is. The water would be clean, which is why I was able to use this water in my Seamoss gel today. And this is a lot of gel. Like, this will last me a very long time. It really will. And the consistency, guys, I'm telling you, like, hold on. I really want you to see. Look at that. It is like a whole slime ball, which I love. I don't like the grainy substance of Seamoss. Now, everyone is different. I have had grainy. I do like it when it's like that. I like applesauce, not applesauce, but adding stuff to consume my Seamoss with that has the applesauce texture and flavor of some fruit, maybe peaches or strawberries or some berries. And it's amazing in the morning before you go work out or before you go to work or with your breakfast. It'll blend right in and you're getting everything that you need, and it's amazing. So then when you're ready to make your Seamoss gel, add your Seamoss gel to your blender, to your bullet, to your processor, whatever that may be. Add your Seamoss. Use the water that it was soaking in the last time. You've already cleaned it twice. The water is clean. And if you use that 10 minutes that I talked about when you first rinse it to really clean it, and then when you first soak it that first time to go through each tentacle and really clean it, that water should be fine. Use the water, add as much as you want. I say little at a time. I really mean that, because if you want a thicker consistency, you could end up getting a really thin like consistency, which is not my favorite. Everyone is different though. If you like thin, add that water. Add the water. But use this water. It already has the limes and stuff. You can add more if you want. You can add whatever you want. Obviously, you guys saw that I added aloe, which I love. And then blend. It's gonna take a second. I blend this for I don't know, I feel like I was blending this for like 5 minutes, which that doesn't seem like a long time, but when you're waiting, like, where's my gel? Like, where's my gel? Like, I'm waiting. 5 minutes seems like a long time, but this is what I got. I'm so excited to use this, and I'm glad I can show you guys like how I do things my way. And like I said, everyone is different. You do not have to go by my way. Some people like to boil Seamoss. Some people like to use straight alkaline water. It just depends on you, and this is how I like to do mine. So thanks for watching. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you like this video, and I'm sorry it was all over the place. I really wasn't planning on doing this, but when I was making my Seamoss, I was like, I should show them now. So I will see you guys in my next video. Comment down below if you want me to talk about anything specifically. Again, make sure you hit that subscribe button, like this video, and follow me on Instagram at Jasmine_Robbins. Peace and love.
If you like this video, click the like button and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Peace and love.